Thanks for staying with us on Your View. Children are the future and the continuity of human society. Yet, they remain the most vulnerable members of the society and their rights are constantly violated. The combination of high poverty levels and corruption in Nigeria means that many children do not enjoy their basic rights. What are these rights? How do we protect our future? We have a child rights activist in our midst, Princess Olutemi Kayode. Welcome to Your View once again.
Thank you for having me.
To speak with us, please call 07080668014 or tweet to us at YourViewTVC. What are the rights of the Nigerian child, if they have any?
Interestingly enough, they have the same right as anybody. The basic fundamental human rights are also, children are also entitled to them. The right to life, the right to health, the right to protection, the right to play, the right to rest, the right to, as much as we have the same rights.
Are we saying, therefore, that there's a violation of the rights of the Nigerian child as we see today?
There's quite a lot of violation. Even sitting down listening to you guys, it's interesting that you want to wonder what future is there for our children. There's quite a lot of violation. And because we have a large population, the government is actually overwhelmed. That's the truth. They're overwhelmed. And that's also because we do not make plans.
For the future.
We do not plan. You were talking about being in school and paying 90 naira. Now, what was the plan to look at the population growth? So we are not a planning people. We do not prepare for anything. And so it just comes and then it becomes a fire brigade approach. And then now it's overwhelming and it's like, oh, we want to increase school fees. Now we want to say, exactly, because there was no plan. There is going to be population growth. And how do we even manage the population growth? So, and then the people who suffer the most are the children and the women. Because there are not as much plans for them. Okay, fine, you want to put them in primary school, fine. Primary, across the world, universal education is free for children in primary and up to junior secondary school. Now, we have 6-3-3-4 system. At the first three, you're supposed to be able to decide whether it's going to be a handiwork. Now, how many technical schools are existing? So we just somebody comes in, opens up a new thing, and then messes up the whole system, and you have an education that is so horrible.
The child's rights, are they protected by law?
They are protected by law.
So can we take somebody to court for the violation of this
Actually,
right?
Children can actually walk up to the family court and actually report even a parent or anybody. It's part of the law.
Guess what? I'm hearing this for the first
time.
So
we have only about 24, 26 states that have enacted their laws. You know, we have national the Child Rights Act, 2003. So you have just about 24, 26 states that have enacted. And you still have some of those laws of the 26 states that we still have a compromise on the issue of the age of the child. Because of the issue of child marriage.
You know, this thing you just said now, because we know abroad, when a child calls in, what do they call them?
Social
workers. Yes, and you call them up and they will go and take you away from your parents and they take you to another place. Do we have such places in Nigeria that take on a child if the child now goes or comes out and reports certain things?
Actually, we do have, but like I said, they're overwhelmed. How many homes do they have? In Lagos, as wonderful as Lagos is doing, how many homes do they have? So most children are even put in an orphanage. Okay, let's assume I was sexually abused by my father or a neighbor or whoever, and that child needs protection, and the child is actually taken. We have had cases where children are actually taken from their homes for protection. But where am I going to be put? So either you put me exactly where there are issues on that. So there's an overwhelming, you know, the problem on ground, the number of children who are being violated, the government cannot cope.
What's the way forward?
The way forward is for them to be able to give enough civil society or people who want to come in to set up. Of course, there has to be standards, there have to be policies and guidelines, not just open homes for everybody, but just opens home, and then it's also the children being further violated. Because even the developed country we're talking about, we have the Australian Rural Commission going on right now on how many children have been abused in the homes that they were put in, institutional abuse. So that could also happen, but then there needs to be an open system. Okay, we, for instance, we work with children who were sexually violated, and then we requested to open a transition home for children who are sexually molested, not for any other children, because they need special care. We've not been given approval.
Wow.
Now, if a child is taken for protection based on that particular thing, it's probably dumped again on an orphanage where she's still exposed, or in a street children home. Any home available is where they're going to be put in. So that's also a problem, because the government has just about 2 homes, I think, that can take any child that needs protection.
Let's take a phone call. Wow. Juliet from Ajah, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead, Juliet.
I'm Juliet, calling from Ajah, and I've been listening to your program for some time now, and thank God that we have people like you that speak for the voice of this country. Actually, talking about celebration about children, today is not a good day for us to celebrate at all, for me. I don't think children should be out there celebrating while our children are being held by the Boko Haram. And again, I want to talk about our people, the Northerners. I live in the North for more than 20 years, and I left North during Abiola riot. Please, when we are talking about the government, we should also direct this to the people in the North, because the way they kill people, the way they kill their fellow Nigerians, it's not good at all. I lived in the North, and you will see a Northerner coming close to you, the next house. They will come to your window, remove your burglary proof, and begin to pieces everybody inside the place. Yes, I witnessed it. We left Kano because of that. So for many of us who have not been in the North before, will not know what is going on. The Northerners are too violent. They kill at any point in time. So we should try to talk to the Northerners.
Okay, thank you very much, Juliet.
I don't agree with her. I lived in the North for God knows how many years. And the truth is, our house were not... See, listen, it is individual that they deal with. We were very nice people. I used to take on, because all the girl children, they were not being educated. I used to, when I come back from school, I take them in and I teach them. And when it was time for the Sharia, they were burning every other person's house. They refused to touch my father's house. My father built a bridge in that environment. It's community service, for goodness sake. Nobody sees a good heart and wants to harm the person.
Okay.
So I don't think...
Since we
totally agree.
If she's saying something, I don't think you should say she's not telling the truth.
No. I'm not saying she's not telling the truth. I am not saying that she's not telling the truth. What I'm saying is that she should not generalize. Don't say that all Northerners are bad.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because she said all Northerners.
She said all Northerners. It's not fair.
Okay. So rounding off, we have seen that there are lots of violations of children's rights in Nigeria. What can we, the citizenry, do? Because at the end of the day, the government is from the people. It's our general way of life that has, brought us this far. What can we do to help the situation? Because we want a better future for the Nigerian child.
And I have to round that up in a very few minutes. Okay. It's everybody's problem. They're our children, they're our future. Otherwise, we have no future.
Sure.
So we need we call them, those who are in the universities, we need them, particularly the work we'll do in sociology, we need research work. Researches will help governments make decisions. We are not a people that is much into research. Research just basically means the population, how many people are, what are the issues, social issues or issues in a particular state and in the country generally. And that helps to see what we're going to focus on and plan on. Okay. And then our population is huge. We need to begin to look into children protection issues.
In future. Okay, let's take a phone call. Princess Jessica from Surulere.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. I'm so happy I was able to get through today. And I'm speaking from the perspective of the mother. You see, sometimes when we are privileged and we are able to send our children to some special schools, we don't know what others who have brilliant children are going through. Like who I was saying, he was saying this way, education is supposed to be for every child. He's also saying that it's okay for Lagos State to increase their school fees, and then a child who is able to go through scholarship. But in those days, I remember my daddy was telling me that whatever I do, I should get into government job because one, there is security. But with private jobs, you don't have security. You would retire without a pension. These days, we see people who have gone through pension. They cannot even get anything out of it. So how do we plan for our children? In our days, we were educated. with the little that we have resources in this country. We should try and focus things where they should be put.
Okay.
So that others will benefit, like education. That's all we can give our children.
Yeah,
that's true.
From there, they can go anywhere
and become whoever they want.
You don't have that knowledge.
Yeah.
You are in the dark.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Jessica. We totally agree with you. How time flies.
Yes,
okay, to round off, where's Toby and Ikena? We'd like them to do another rendition of a song that we particularly love, We're the World. Because our children... Princess Kayode, thank you very much for joining us today. You're always helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you for coming.
Thank you too.
You can watch a repeat broadcast of your view at 11:30 p.m. tonight and 12 midnight every Friday. You can also watch repeat episodes on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/TVC Entertainment and search for your view. Stop terrorism. Say no to insurgency. And yes, to a peaceful Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Keep a date with us tomorrow. Have a beautiful Children's Day. Bye for now.
The greatest gift of all, we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving, There's a choice to make, we're saving our own lives, it's true, make a better day for you and me. Choice to make it. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day for you and me. We are children to make a better day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Woo! Thank you, Toby and Ikena.